Hi there, Titans, and welcome back to another Titan Academy video. Today we'll be talking about text elements interactivity options. First, we'll provide a general overview of the different interactivity you have for your text elements, and then we'll focus on two specific interactivity options, the first being ellipsis mode, and the second being simple joint list. Let's get started. So the first thing, of course, is adding your text element to the project. This will work with any of these elements: title, heading, subhead, paragraph, or caption. In our example, we're using subhead, but again, this can be used with any of the following. So if we head over to our gear icon and we click on interactivity, we'll see a number of options here. The first I want to focus on is configuring an on-click action. And this is cool because we can have actions run by clicking on our text and use this as a button or icon, and that can provide some really nice functionality to your form. We also have confirmation mode here, and this goes hand in hand with our on-click action. If you want your end user to confirm that they actually want to run whatever action is being run by the on-click action, you can add this confirmation mode right here. We also have the ability to hide this on load so that when we run our form, it will automatically hide. We can disable our field so that our end user cannot interact with it. We have something called plain text mode, which allows your field to bring in plain text as opposed to, let's say, HTML and be styled in a particular way. In this case, it would actually bring back the HTML code itself instead of bringing in the styling. And finally, we have hover modal. You can hover over your text element and a modal can pop up, a native modal you can use for your hover modal, and that can be some extra nice functionality for you as well. The particular items I want to focus on today are the ellipsis mode and the simple join list. First, we'll take a look at ellipsis mode. So in our case, we have a long text here with scroll, and perhaps we don't want our end user to have to scroll here or to have just some really long text element like this. And so we have this option for you where you can do ellipsis mode. What ellipsis mode basically does is it adds this automatic read more text over here, and you can change this text if you'd like. And let's go ahead and preview this so that we can see how this functions. So instead of having scroll here, you can see it's cutting my text, and if I click read more, then I'll be able to see a standard modal that we provide with the full text inside. And again, you can change the caption here, and you can change the read more caption. The next thing we have is a custom ellipsis, and this is if you don't like a standard ellipsis that you get by doing normal ellipsis mode, you can customize your own ellipsis. And for example here, if I add a container, I'm going to add a modal to my form, and this is going to be essentially where I'm going to have my read more material. And now I can grab like this entire text here, place it here instead. So I'll place my text in here instead. And this is far too big, so let's switch this to be paragraph, and we'll make our modal a bit bigger. And we'll center it like this. All right, and so now I've on the fly just created my own custom ellipsis. And if I add custom ellipsis here, I can now trigger the modal to open. And so now instead of showing the standard ellipsis that we give you, it will open the modal that we just created. And of course, you can run other actions with that custom ellipsis. So you could do some interesting things with that as well. The next thing I want to demonstrate here is the simple joint list. Now, the way this works, and in order to do this, maybe I'll grab a second element here, and let's call this one simple join list. And we'll call this one normal text. And let's also give these metadata tags so we can find it easily in our Salesforce mapping. All right, so we've got these two text elements, and we're going to run the same, get with the same values to each of these, but we're going to do something a bit different, which is that in this one, we're going to tick simple join lists. And what we'll do here is I'm going to run a Salesforce get, and I'm going to bring in, let's just say, a bunch of accounts. I'll bring in up to 10 accounts, and my condition, I just want to bring any accounts, let's say SLA equals gold, and we'll map my fields. For my normal text, we'll do account name here, and we'll map the same value to the text that we've added our simple join list interactivity on. And let's see how the difference of behavior is here. Oh, we don't have anything triggering our get, my mistake. So let's add a button here. And we'll head over to Salesforce Actions, and we'll make our get user action so that I can trigger it. And we'll trigger it like this. Okay. And now when I run my get, notice the difference here, and it's a bit hard because I should have auto resized the height here. But you can notice that, let's actually do this so that it looks nice and we can actually see it well. So we'll auto resize height here, and we'll auto resize height here as well. And now when we run the get, we can see the difference, which is that in this example, in our normal text, we have comma separated values, as opposed to here, our values are all together as one big joined list as opposed to separated by commas like this. And so in certain cases, you might want to bring in data in this fashion instead of like this, and that's what the joint list is for. So there you have it. That's how you can trigger these more interesting interactivity options. And of course, if you want to learn more about any of these, you can always click on the eye icon to see a specific video, and that's how it's done.